Every human lineage connects back to a single 4 million year biological baseline. To find it, we must look past social constructs, down to the atomic level. At the foundation of all organic life in the universe sits carbon. This specific element provides the cosmic glue, the only atom with the structural flexibility to bond with itself and multiple other elements simultaneously. When carbon bonds with nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen, it constructs the highly complex polymer known as melanin. This molecular architecture exhibits documented piezoelectric properties, acting as a biological conductor, an antenna translating environmental frequencies into electrical energy, interfacing with the brain's reticular activating system. This highly melanated biological chemistry served as the original, universally shared operating system of human consciousness for millions of years. Every human being on Earth traces their lineage to the African continent. This equatorial environment demanded a heavy biological shield against intense ultraviolet radiation. Here, the original ancestral family, the hominin collective, evolved together for millions of years, adapting to this specific landscape within a single continuous line. The fossil record identifies Australopithecus afarensis as the crucial evolutionary bridge. This fully bipedal, dark-skinned ancestor serves as the direct root of the modern Homo lineage. The transition to modern humanity involved a slow accumulation of traits over millions of years, notably the expansion of cranial capacity and the resulting cognitive leap. When Homo erectus dispersed from Africa into Eurasia nearly 2 million years ago, they carried fully modern body proportions. These travelers were universally heavily melanated. Dark skin provided the fundamental biological prerequisite for human survival and global migration throughout 99% of our evolutionary history. The timeline shifts 8,000 years ago as migrating human populations settled into northern, low UV environments. In sun-starved northern environments, intense melanin became a liability. To synthesize vitamin D, populations underwent rapid adaptation. The SLC24A5 variant emerged, resulting in depigmented skin. This biological shift coincided with a cultural rupture. Around 3500 BCE, on the Eurasian steppe, the Yamnaya culture emerged. Previous civilizations operated on Earth Mother worldviews, cyclical, cooperative principles mirrored in the chemic concept of Mott. The Yamnaya introduced a Sky Father theology, built strictly on linear hierarchy and domination. Armed with domesticated horses and bronze weapons, this conquest ideology expanded violently outward, dismantling the cooperative societies it encountered across Eurasia. A cultural operating system of conquest launched a 5,000-year war against Earth-aligned, melanated civilizations. Maintaining dominance required a mechanical process of historical erasure, physical destruction, institutional exclusion, terminological appropriation, and narrative control. In 1550 BCE, the melanated Hyksos governed Egypt's Nile Delta as scholars. Following their expulsion, they were systematically erased from the official king lists. The conquering dynasties retained the advanced chariot and architectural technology the Hyksos introduced, while completely rewriting the authorship. A similar pattern appeared in ancient Persia. The Elamites, an indigenous melanated civilization, built massive ziggurats and trade networks centuries before the Persian Empire existed. Today, this eraser utilizes a double deletion tactic. Contemporary history attributes the dark skin of southern Iranians to sun exposure. This explanation simultaneously erases their indigenous Elamite ancestry and the documented history of the Indian Ocean slave trade. To maintain the illusion of its own supremacy, the conquest system must continuously sever melanated peoples from the record of their own achievements. In medieval Europe, this process targeted the 800-year advanced civilization built in Al-Andalus by the Black African Moors. Following the fall of Granada in 1492, the Spanish Inquisition burned the Moorish libraries. They extracted centuries of advanced astronomy, agriculture, and medicine, repackaging the science under European names to spark the Renaissance. By the 19th century, this cultural erasure was formalized into polygenism, the theory that different races were separate, unequal species. Anatomy was weaponized to build a hierarchy of human worth. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution established a shared human ancestry, but the underlying ideology merely mutated. The academic establishment utilized the Hamitic hypothesis to falsely separate advanced ancient civilizations from their Black African roots, a practice challenged by scholar W.E.B. Du Bois. Modern racism and institutional exclusion represent 19th century adaptations of a 5,000-year-old political strategy designed to justify global domination. Today, the same mechanical patterns are visible in the systemic underfunding of melanin research and the commercial appropriation of consciousness physics by white-owned platforms. But the intellectual property remains inscribed in stone. This artifact provides the physical record of the oldest written system of consciousness physics on Earth. Commissioned by a Black Nubian pharaoh in 710 BCE, it documents that thought, the heart, and the spoken word create reality. This ancient artifact describes an observer-dependent reality, predating the focus on consciousness in modern quantum mechanics by thousands of years. Modern New Age philosophy functions as an appropriated, microdosed version of a complete cosmological framework engineered by melanated people millennia ago. The biological potential mapped by carbon and melanin remains a living, quantifiable capability present in melanated people today. It manifests as continuous biological and intellectual excellence, as seen in the career of Dr. Mae Jemison. This journey connects the ancient terrestrial biology of the African continent with the mastery of modern cosmic exploration. From the modern astronaut, to the Moorish scholar, to the Kemetic pharaoh, the line leads back to the vibrating carbon atom, an unbroken 4-million-year continuum. Sovereignty requires ending the amnesia, teaching the true biology, and reclaiming the 4-million-year timeline. Find it, streamline it.